Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome along to episode 101 of the Studio Rats Live Q&A. My name's James Ivy.
I'm Paul Drew.
And he's done his turning aroundy thing. We can commence.
I'm trying to think of something. I'm trying to think of the next thing that I do just to keep myself,
slightly amused.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Well, I'm glad it's only slightly. For those of you who have maybe been under a rock for a week, we survived our 12-hour marathon.
We did,
and we didn't kill each other, which is always a bonus.
Yeah, that was surprising, wasn't it? Surprising.
Really, I'm quite normal. I'm house trained, We don't know exactly how much we raised for charity last week because, quite frankly, getting those sort of numbers out of the YouTube system is pretty challenging. But I think it's got to be getting on towards $1,000.
Yeah, I reckon it was about 1,000. But can I say, first thing in the morning when I woke up, do you know what I got?
What?
A copyright claim.
I know, from one of our own blooming songs.
Did you get that as well?
Yes.
What is that about? I mean, it's like how? How does that happen?
Because you'd think the Studio Rats YouTube channel and the Studio Rats band are from the same channel. You'd think
it all comes up on the same channel, though.
It's all the same channel.
Feed. It's the same channel.
It's because it's DWB who put the claim in, not Studio Rats.
No, I don't think it's.
It does say it's DWB.
Does it?
Yeah.
Algorithm.
But we're not going to monetize it anyway because it's a charity event. So it doesn't matter.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. So yeah, I've just gone.
Yes.
I can't do it.
So we think we raised about $1,000, which is amazing. I mean, it's totally beyond what I'd ever thought we would. I thought we might make a couple of quid,
Yeah.
So thank you out there to everyone who was with us for even a small part of the 12-hour journey. I know many of you stuck with it for a long time, so
they did.
You guys are to be commended, or perhaps even given a medal. Who knows? Let's dive into some of the comments because David Olson says, "Hi guys, I hope you've recovered from episode 100. Couldn't get to the donations to work. Spinning wheel of death. So please, could you add this $17.99 to the Ukraine fund? I'll be back to donating to the Lambrini fund next week. So." Thank you, David. Thank you very much indeed.
David. Yes, yeah, we'll sort that out. Don't worry. Don't worry about that.
Super chats from here on in. We'll be going back to the
Lambrini fund.
The Lambrini, yes.
Baby Sham and Cream fund.
Oh God, Baby Sham and Cream. Yuck.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Larry North says, "Where's everyone else? Been here since 10 this morning."
At this point.
Cheers, Mr. Moxie. That was a right tour de force. Well done, Les. Cheers, Pet. Thanks for your generosity to for this fundage and for and supporting the charity event. Thanks, mate.
So one of the things we did while we were on the 12-hour music marathon was we swapped the pickups in this bad boy.
Ah, yes.
Yes. We put some rather lovely Kinman HX pickups in there. And when we were doing the tweaking, we noticed that I got it a bit wrong. So I'd got the switch. This one was actually splitting the...
Yeah.
They were splitting the wrong one. So today, I've had it to bits. I've also lowered the pots. So they all sit nicely now.
Nice.
And tweaked it a little bit and made sure everything was nice and tidy inside. Oh, my God. It's a new guitar. It is a totally new guitar.
Can you do me a favour with that guitar?
Yeah.
Can you change the rest of the hardware on it?
You don't like gold hardware, do you?
I don't like gold hardware. No. As a rule, I don't like gold hardware because it just reminds me of the 80s and 90s. even though my 335 is gold hardware. But I just think it would look better
with all silver hardware.
I think so.
I will at some point. It's a studio. No one's going to... I'm not really that bothered. There's a studio going on the auctions in a couple of weeks.
Right.
And it's for about £400-500. And I'm thinking...
No, I won't go for that. It'll go for more than that.
Do you reckon?
Yeah. Definitely.
But still, if it stays reasonable money, I might be interested in put those other ones in it.
Okay. Nice. Why don't you go and buy yourself why don't you go and buy yourself like when I say a proper one, why don't you go and buy yourself like a standard or something?
Because I don't like binding.
Oh yeah, I always forget about that.
If I could get it, I'd get the Gary Moore signature. But the only problem is, since he died, the prices have just gone. Whoosh.
You should just go and get a. You should go and get a BFG, Les Paul BFG. You'd like that. I like them.
A BFG.
The BFG. I'll tell you what I'll do. Let me look up the
big friendly guitar.
Big. No, it's a. Hold on, Les Paul BFG. Right, and we'll do this first because I really like BFG. Let me show you.
Oh, clearly the natives are still restless upstairs, so I'll keep it down in volume for a little bit.
There we go. Right, should I share my screen?
Yes.
Share screen.
Yeah.
That one there.
Oh, that is quite pretty.
That's the BFG. Really cool guitar.
Right.
Because I mean, this is like it's a really useful Les Paul because it's P90 in the neck.
Yeah.
Humbucker in the bridge.
Yeah.
Job's a good one. Three controls.
Yeah.
I think it's 2 volumes, 1 tone. And they're really and it's really stripped back. It's like look, no
frills.
Yeah, well, it's not like no frills, but it hasn't got any
dots even.
Yeah, no dots, no fret markers, none of that sort of stuff. Let me find some other pictures, and they come in a variety of different colours. Look, and they're all they're really unfinished, but they've got these nice sort of flames.
Like that.
Yeah, they're really nice. And you used to be able to pick these up for like cheap.
Of course, you can't now because.
Well, let me have a look. Let me have a quick look because I love a BFG. I'd really like a BFG. Okay, so yeah, they've definitely gone up. You used to get $100,000, but isn't that great? Look at that.
That's awesome. That is really awesome.
Again, it's like it relics like really easily because it's pretty much unfinished. Let me see if there's any others on. Gary Moore signature Les Paul BFG, $1,250.
Wow,
that's great, isn't it?
That's
I like that. That's what I want. I want one of them now. Anyway,
I
might get one of them. I might get one of them. Oh,
there we go. Right, we're back. Now, other than that, this week I have been up to my neck in bureaucracy, quite frankly. So I'm off to the Netherlands on Friday.
Nice.
The amount of paperwork it now takes in order to work abroad is ridiculous.
Really?
It is ridiculous. Even with countries that are using the, and I quote, the European non-member states visa work permit free routes for United Kingdom musicians, performers and support staff.
Nice.
Good catchy title there.
Yeah.
So I can work 90 days in every 180 in Europe.
Nice.
Except for Spain, where I'm going in 3 weeks' time, because they haven't signed up to it yet.
Oh, okay.
But we're going anyway, because Spanish are like, mañana.
Yeah, they won't care.
Yes, exactly. Let's carry on, because we can.
Hello all from Lee Walrus. Zach Wish says, hey guys, just want to say I love the channel. Cheers, Zach.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much indeed.
Jeff Rock, evening guys, great job last week. Cheers, Jeff. I thought, to be honest, I was a little bit disappointed.
In what?
I thought we'd get a little bit more views than that.
We're on for 2,000.
Yeah, I know. I thought it might be. I know that sounds a bit greedy, but
no, I was happy with what we achieved. I think financially we did really well. So I'm not going to.
No, absolutely. No. And I agree. What did it get? I'll tell you what it got. It got.
It's on about 1,800 right now.
Yeah, 1.9. All right. It's all right. It's just that's what a normal video would do anyway. But...
Yes, but think of all the people we're helping.
I know.
Yes.
Amal Kaki, evening guys, evening Amal. Cool pup. Nice dog, that. John Wallace says, afternoon, gents. Afternoon, John. Dave McQuillan says, good evening, all. Hope life is good. I hope you're well, David. Hope you got some. We bigged up your plectrums early on last week.
Yes.
Hopefully you got some sales with that.
Do you mean these plectrums?
There you go. There you go.
I love the fact my penny is getting tarnished.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do.
That sounds like a euphemism, doesn't it?
Polish it up again.
Polish my penny.
The Walrus 1968, great effort last week. Sorry I couldn't attend much. Be proud of yourselves. Keep on rocking. Cheers, the Walrus.
We will, don't worry. It sounds like there's a battle going on upstairs, so I'm going to keep quiet.
Yeah, stay out of the way. David Brose, hello, mates. Hello, David. David Olson, how are you getting on with the GX100 preset pack on the horizon? Yeah. Do you know what? I really need to get my arse in gear. I've done quite a few presets that I use on the on my one, but I do need to sit down for a decent amount of time and do a preset pack that is worthy of sort of selling.
That's the thing, isn't it? I mean, you can come up with a load of presets you use, but it actually takes, I find, really good presets take gigging.
Well, it's not even that. I just think it's you have to use, I think, because the GX100 does so much, you have to use the full flexibility of the buttons and that sort of stuff. But yeah. Stephen James, good day from Brisbane. Good day, Stephen. Randy Floyd Weller, hi guys, 24-hour marathon again tomorrow. Oh God, mate. Do you know what? You had to work like a whole weekend afterwards, didn't you?
The following. So I drove home after yours.
Yeah.
Got home by 12:30. Talked to my wife for about half an hour. Went to bed. Got up at 6:30. Got the kids off to school. Packed the car. Drove to Sheffield. Did a get in.
Jeez.
To be fair, I was probably in bed by about 9:30, 10 o'clock on Friday night.
Right. Okay.
So, but yeah, it was a pretty full on effort, and yeah, it was worth it. Totally worth it.
Nice one. Ian Freeman says, love the BFG. I have a Futura and had the Robo tuners removed. Nice one. Yeah, people didn't like those Robo tuners, did they?
Yeah.
They got really.
They basically sounded like a really bad gearbox when they went. Really weird.
I quite like the idea of it.
I like the idea, but I don't. They were a bit plasticky.
I think they were heavy. I think they weighed.
Well, they made Les Paul dive even more than he normally does.
Yeah. I
like the idea, not necessarily the practice in that case.
Yeah. Randy Floyd Weller says, my plan was to tune in again for the final hour or two, but the mighty Glasgow Rangers were ripping it up in Europe and I could not watch. Nice one. Joe Pinheiro says you could get a PRS McCarthy 594 single cut, no binding, and even the S2 line is much better quality. It's true. The only thing is I think if you want humbuckers, if you want a Les Paul, if you want that sort of sound, actually, you'd be changing the pickups anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
anyway, it's relevant. Yeah, my argument's relevant.
Let's face it. Other than snobbery, it could be an Epiphone I pick up.
Right.
But there's that snobbery factor. If I'm going to buy a BFG, which has got a P90 in the neck,
yeah,
I want to keep the P90 because I love the idea. I love a P90.
Yeah.
And I don't have a P90 guitar. At this point, we should also say...
Farid H. Evening, guys. Have a beer on me for your efforts last Thursday. Thanks, mate.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Nice, mate. Thank you.
I think if I got a BFG, I'd be tempted to leave it. Certainly that Gary Moore signature for $1,200. That was amazing. I'm like,
yeah,
that's tempting.
Yeah, they are nice. I mean, the BFG, as far as I know, was the Gary Moore signature. I don't know what one. I don't know what your one, the one you talk about, is. I've never seen.
It's just a normal Gary Moore signature with a four pots.
Okay, like a Les Paul standard sort of.
Yeah, but just not bound.
Oh, okay, nice. What was it? Was it based on Greenie?
No, I think it was just a blonde top.
Oh, okay.
An orangey colour top. Beautiful. Oh, just stunning
guitar. Nice.
Seen him play that 3 or 4 times and gone.
Yeah, he was good though.
But I have also seen him play the 3-pot variant. Not obviously, I now know that's BFG.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Oh, BFG. Hello, Studio Rats. Hello, Duncan.
We're moving on quick.
Randy Floyd Weller says episode 200 is scheduled for Wednesday, the 10th of April, 2024. What have you got planned? Well, I have to think about that one.
Yes, we've got a little while.
Yeah, got a bit of a while. Evening nod, evening ship.
One thing we are going to do is we are going to upgrade Paul's internet by then.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I might have a look at that. I had something that came through the door the other day, actually. I might have a look at that.
Oh, hang on. There we go.
It's not your internet that goes a bit pear-shaped.
I know it is. Mine's amazing at the minute.
Okay. Larry says, which of the 2 new Boss multi-effects do you prefer, Paul, and why? Asking for a friend who might be gigging with one in Bournemouth in a few weeks and might be part of a TSR video. Which multi-effects are you talking about? Obviously the GX100. What's the other one? What's the other new Boss multi-effect? Have I missed out on that?
Don't know.
I don't think there is another one out at the moment, is there? I think I would have been told.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the GX100 is brilliant. Really, really good. It's a really good thing.
There you go. Here's
are you going to keep the Kinsman in your green Strat? Well, the big reveal. There it is. No, to be honest, I was just going to do it for the video. What I was going to do, I'll talk about it quickly. I was going to change the pickups in the PRS Silver Sky, and I sort of alluded to it in the video and showed a bit of the footage. But literally, I spent hours unwiring the Silver Sky, taking the pickups out, and being really careful because I didn't want to mess anything up because I didn't have a separate Silver Sky scratch plate. And then put the Kimman pickups in the Silver Sky. And because the Kimman pickups have a V on the back, like all Strat pickups, the Silver Sky are completely oval and they don't fit. I was so pissed. That was my day ruined because I was really looking forward to doing the video, and it was the next day. I did it the next day, and I was knackered. And then I was trying to push the scratch plate down. Thinking, what's going on here? And well, actually, I really like the pickups in the Silver Sky. I really like the pickups in all my Strats. So, right. So here's the thing. Here's the reason why I didn't keep the Kinman pickups in the green was because I've got my Masterbuilt Strat. That's got these Josefina Campos pickups in it.
Yeah,
a lot of money. They sound amazing. And there's no point in changing the pickups in that. There's no point in whipping out a bunch of pickups to put other pickups in it when you love those pickups.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
The Silver Sky was like, I really like the Silver Sky pickups, but I'll do it, and I'll just see how I got on with it, and then I'll live with it. And then the green one, I've got a humbucker in the. I've got 2 guitars. I've got 2 Strat guitars with great sounding single coils. Yeah. I don't need another guitar that does the same thing.
Yeah.
So that's got. I'm definitely going to change the humbucker in that green one. Don't know what to yet. I'm a little bit confused about the whole wiring thing, and
it is quite mind-numbing, isn't it?
It's mind-numbing because it really is because of the whole resistance on the pots thing. And I think, actually, I can ask here because I'm sure someone will know. The humbucker on the green Strat has, if you take off the scratch plate, it's got like a double pot underneath it.
Yeah, that'll be dual. It's because it's controlling both outputs.
How do you mean both outputs?
Oh, it's controlling. It's a humbucker, so it's got 2. It's got. I'm assuming that's so you can.
No, because no. A Les Paul doesn't have double.
No, that's true.
That's true. No, I think it's got one of those clever things, which the single coils go to a 250k pot or a 300k pot, whatever it is, right. And the humbucker goes to a 500k, something like that. I think maybe something can fill me in.
That fries my brain already.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So I don't know what to do, and I'm really I want that Strat to sound like a Strat in the neck and the middle, and a Les Paul in the bridge.
Yeah.
One guitar that I take out with me for gigs.
Yeah.
That can do absolutely everything.
I tell you what,
and it really winds me up because people give comments like, "Well, if you want a Les Paul, get a Les Paul." I've got a Les Paul. I want a Strat to do that.
The funny thing is, I've been playing with that Les Paul with the Kinmans in with the coil taps.
Yeah.
It's as close to a Telly and a Les Paul in a guitar as I've ever found now.
Yeah, I think that was a really great sound in that guitar. That's the sound that I really liked when you switched when you went to see McCall. I thought that sounded really good.
Yeah, much
really
brighter and you've still got that rich, oozy Les Paul sound, but you also have the attack of a Stratty kind of Telly type sound.
Hold on, something's happened. Oh, Mr. McQuillan, thanks, mate.
So
very kind of you, mate. Very kind of you. That will keep me and James in
maybe
WKD Blues for a couple of days. Thank you, mate. That's really kind.
Right, let's jump back. Where do we get to? There we go.
Joaton says, what is your recommendations for the best way to use effects with an amp that does not have an effects loop? I keep finding so many great amps that do not have effects loops, i.e. Magnetone, etc.
Put it in the front end and live with it.
Exactly. So I've got my matchless over there, really expensive amps. I've talked about this before. I don't know if you've heard me moaning about them. The effects loop in the matchless, not great. So run everything through the front. What you'll need to do though, you'll need to treat it as a one channel amp.
Yeah.
So don't treat it, don't think, if you've got something like a Marshall that's got two channels, or any amp that's got two channels, you can't really use it like that, because if you've got like a higher gain thing, you start to put your effects through the distortions and all that sort of stuff, and it will crap out. So run your drives and stuff before the reverb, and you'll be great. It sounds great.
Yeah, there's a Hampstead on the auctions.
Oh yeah,
on the day 2, the amps and all the other stuff.
Yeah, combo ahead and
combo.
Oh, okay, nice. What RT20 or 40?
I can't remember.
60.
I think it's a 20.
Yeah. Okay. Nice.
I think it's up for about 500 quid, which is quite interesting.
That's very cheap.
Yeah.
For that,
it'll go well above that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting though.
Nice. Yeah. David Cooley said, "Hi guys, yes, I did get some sales directly from episode 100. I really appreciate your kind words and support. Thank you very much." Cheers, David.
You're very welcome, sir. Good products require what's the word? Endorsement. Yeah.
Or picking up.
Yeah.
Joe Pinheiro says, for P90s, I'm looking forward to the Rick Beato signature Gibson that should be coming out sometime. Interesting.
I still find that weird, but hey, let's move on.
It is a bit weird. RJB, static crackling and popping sounds when using my Les Paul into multiple different amps. Strats don't pop much, very slight static noise. Try different outlet plugs, different power supplies. Thoughts? Hold on. Static crackling and popping sounds when using my Les Paul into multiple different amps. Strats don't pop much, very slight static noise. Well, the issue's still there, isn't it? The issue's still there, but because your Les Paul's probably higher output.
That sounds like a cable. That sounds like a connection problem rather than.
Could be an earth problem. Are you using cheap cables?
Have you tried going straight to the amp rather than through pedals or switch or anything like that? My first port of call for any kind of troubleshooting is make the system as simple as it can possibly be, and if you get rid of it, then it's nothing major to do with either the guitar, the cable you're using, or the amp. If you introduce a thing and that problem appears, guess what? That thing you've introduced is causing the problem. Now, it might be the power supply, that it might be a pedal, and it could be the power supply. If it's a pedal that will take a battery, try it on a battery. The golden rule of fault finding is change one thing.
Absolutely.
Work your way up.
Absolutely. Shep Shepherd, evening, noble studio rats. Fantastic 100th show. Question, if I may. One young Mr. Ivy, how the hell do you record tambourine, mics, etc.? I've got one for that as well.
Right. Tambourine is probably the loudest thing you will ever record. So usually I would use a dynamic mic. I would stand well away from it. I would put a pad in it. I would gain it right down, and then I just play it. But tambourines are kin loud. They just are. You can use a dynamic. You can use a condenser, but you'll get much more top end, and you get that kind of almost harsh, distorted chick sound, which is not very pleasant on tambourine.
I've never heard a condenser that works with a tambourine.
No,
it craps out. Always craps out.
Always dynamic.
Best microphone for a tambourine, SM57.
SM57 or 58. Yeah.
Yeah, but and honestly, I don't even stand that far away from a tambourine if I'm playing with an SM57. It doesn't crap out and it sounds great.
Yeah, that's the trick. If you're using something expensive, it won't sound nice.
No, without a doubt.
And also, to be fair, the quality of the tambourine is quite important. Like anything, I've got a £95 tambourine down there, which sounds incredible by comparison to my cheap old ones that I have on the kit for hitting as well. That LP Latin percussion tambourine sounds amazing. It is bloody heavy. 4 minutes ago, it's absolutely, my arm's about to fall off.
Don't do that. What you do is you put down 4 bars and you loop it.
Oh no, you do not.
You do. Yes, you do.
Not. It is wrong.
No, it's
morally
not.
And ethically wrong.
No, you find the best 4 bars and you just loop the crap out of it.
Horrible.
No, absolutely not. K Michael P, howdy y'all. I had a doctor's appointment. I'm late. No problem, mate. Nice.
If that's your letter, if that's your note from your mum, then that's okay.
Mendel Rock says, "Hey, just joined. Hope I didn't miss much yet. Curious to know how much we all helped you raise for charity last week. We don't know exactly because for there are multiple different currencies.
According to the YouTube fundraising page, we raised $3.8 million. I don't think that was us on our own, sadly.
No, we think it was about 1,000.
Yes, which we'd be very happy with. I'm very happy with that.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. Jeff Rock, the pickup swap inspired me to change the wiring harness in the SG. Now I've had it a couple of weeks. I need reverse taper pots. I've gone pre-wired this time from James's Home of Tone website. Oh, nice one.
That's
reverse
not
taper pots because you're left because it's a lefty.
Of course, yes.
Right, yeah.
I never thought of that.
Yeah, I guess you could. Do you know what? It wouldn't bother. Do you know what? I wouldn't even worry about it. I would just go and then just treat the volume on the back of your hand as opposed to the front of your hand.
Oh, that would throw you though, wouldn't it? I suppose if you didn't know any other way.
I think just get used to it.
I've never thought about reverse taper pots.
Joton says, try out the Linley Franklin vintage PAF humbucker in your HSS. It sounds epic and works great with blender pots. Is that what I've got? Is that what, Joton? Is that what that is? That okay? Maybe a 250 and a 500 pot are interesting.
That would make sense.
I really don't like the humbucker.
It doesn't, does it?
It's too throaty. It's too growly. It's weird. I want anyway, there's something I've got my eye on, but
this is what you need.
Paul, I've got a Sir Classic S HSS diagram I can send you. Oh, thanks, mate. Cheers.
That might be what you need.
Yeah, the Classic S sounded really good actually when I had one of them. You guys need to build a guitar from scratch, so you stop messing with great guitars, Paul. Yeah,
interesting.
I should do that.
We should do a parts caster.
Yeah, we should do a parts cast, but then we'll argue he's going to keep it.
Suppose he pays for it.
That's true. Yeah. Maybe Cliffy's got his picture back.
Cliffy Byro's back.
That makes me happy. That makes me happy. Good evening, gents. Great effort last week. Don't be bummed out about the number of views, Paul. It's a shame it wasn't promoted much by YouTube, but those who tuned in enjoyed it. Cheers, Cliffy.
I'm glad you all enjoyed it.
Cliffy, but I love Cliffy Byro. Plus, you raised some money for charity.
And actually, I know we by 10 o'clock last Thursday we were both a bit jaded, but I actually really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the day.
Yeah, I did. I think by 8 o'clock I was done.
Yeah, I was. I think by 8 o'clock we were both going, "Wow, we've still got to do a normal show now."
Yeah.
But it didn't feel like we. I think if we'd been able to do some of the stuff we wanted to do, would have been different, because we wouldn't have had those moments of, "Oh, it's just not working." When everything's working and you're on a high.
Yeah.
Hey, it was fun. I enjoyed it. I hope you did. I hope everyone out there did. So
yeah. Actually, do you know? Aristotle says David Olsen's the right answer. Do you know what I might do? Because I really quite like the sound of the Sir Pete Thorne humbucker. I might just go and get a Sir Pete Thorne.
A Thornbucker.
A Thornbucker, yeah. For the bridge. Because I like that. I do like the way that sounds. I didn't like the neck pickup on it.
It was a bit honky, wasn't it?
Bit honky.
Honky? Sounds like something out of a Bond movie.
Joe Penhero says at Joton, another option for using effects with an amp that doesn't have an effects loop would be the Boss Tube amp expander. That's a great idea, which allows you to use effects after the power amp. Yes, you can do that. That's very true. I've got one down here, and they sound brilliant. There are a couple of options like that. So yes, the Boss Tube amp expander, and who else makes one? That amp manufacturer that makes them, the silver ones, Freyet. Right, one as well. The great thing about the Boss Tube amp expander does sound brilliant. The Freyet one has a valve power amp as well built into it,
right?
Which is quite a cool idea.
Isn't the tube amp expander what Steve Stevens is using live? Yeah, very cool.
Yeah. It does sound good. It's a really good sounding thing. It's really good. We were using it last week for all of the guitar sounds.
Yeah.
Aristotle Dukas says humbucker likes 500 pot and single coils like 250. Interesting. Paul, what do you not like about the JB pickup in the Strat? It's really throaty. Too throaty for me. It's like it's all like mids. It's all mid, which is really weird because on the Seymour Duncan website, they do like a little EQ graph of how it is, and it's not how they say it is. What I'd really like, as I said earlier, is I'd really like the humbucker off my Les Paul. It to sound like that, and I want that's how I want a perfect Strat, because I really like the neck pickup and the bridge and the middle pickup.
The thing I really liked about the Kinman harness though was the ability to then wind in the neck. The neck was great. I loved that.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. It's really good, and that was a really good sound.
It's almost like you want one of those Kinmans in the bridge to have the split, so you can have a normal Strat pickup and then have a split, so you can have a humbucker in the bridge as well.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. Yeah,
like a coil tapped humbucker for a normal Strat sound, and then that would be good. Thing is, though, I'm saying that we've both done up open heart surgery now on a couple of guitars, and I know how complicated the Kinman wiring harness is because of the push pots and all that sort of stuff. And I just look at it and go, there is no way I would know how to adapt that.
No.
So saying that, though, I have learned a few things about it today that I didn't know on Thursday when we were tweaking. So
nice. Aristotle's Earthwire not connected to the strings through the bridge.
That'll be about the pops and buzzes and things.
Oh, okay.
I think.
Yeah, that's possible. That's very possible. Yeah.
Yeah. If you touch the pickups rather than the strings, does the popping and things go away? Or the bridge? If you touch the Pickups, rather than the bridge, does the popping and noises go away? If it does, that wouldn't explain necessarily why it both happens on more than one guitar, would it? No,
Well,
because,
it doesn't. It doesn't. It's not as bad.
yeah, it wouldn't explain if it went away on one guitar and not another. It explains it's the guitar's at fault. But if it does it on more than one guitar, it would be a push to think that the guitar was at fault.
Yeah. Oh god, yeah. Tambourines. Thanks, guys. Was using the condenser. There's your prob.
There's your problem. Yeah. It's almost a case of the cheapest mic you've got will make a tambourine sound amazing.
I think the sound in your head of how a tambourine sounds on a record, to me, is a 57.
Yeah, totally. I've used I have used a condenser on tambourine is for that one do boom.
Yeah, but it's like literally you just
one hit
flipping it, and you're just giving it a little taparoonie.
Really nice cheap tambourine sound.
Yeah.
That's the only time I use a condenser.
Yeah. Jeff Rock says a Sir Eclipse is a great 2-channel drive pedal to run into a 1-channel amp. Both sides are identical, separate gain, volume, bass, mid, treble controls, plus an overall voice control. There are actually, well, I tell you what. There are some overdrive pedals, James, that do have effects loops in them.
There certainly are.
And you've got one.
I have. The Governor has an effects loop.
And there are some effects pedals that do that. It's quite unusual.
The new Victory pedals have a loop.
When you say the new Victory pedals, the V4s, the new V4s have got power amps in them.
Yes, I know they have, but if they've got loops in them as well, can you not just bypass the power amp, go out of the preamp?
Yeah, but you're not going to be going to spend $1,000 on a.
That's true. Yeah, that is true.
£800, whatever they are, on a.
Mm-hmm. I like the idea of that though, like a pedal that's got 2 identical channels that you can tweak. Like the Marshall JCM 900, where you can get a certain. There's a lot of crossover between the 2 channels.
Yeah. Gal 7615. Hi guys, Boss Chorus out to 2 amps for faux stereo. Any issues to think about, please? Just got to make sure that your second amp is reverse phased, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You've got to check. Half the time, certain amps are phased differently.
Oh, really? I know that.
Yeah. And if
there is one amp in the auctions again that I'm going to refer to. What's an amp I've been going on about for donkeys?
Oh, Soldano.
No, if it was a Soldano, I'd buy it in a heartbeat.
What's that? What amp?
The amp I'd love and you'd hate.
Oh man, don't buy that wrong, then. What are you doing? The Jazz Chorus. Don't even think about it.
There's a JC77, which is the half-sized one. And I'm thinking that could be interesting.
No,
you really don't like them, do you?
You need to stop this tomfoolery.
No, it's about flavors. Just because you don't like the flavor of one cake doesn't mean that somebody else won't.
Yeah, it depends when that flavor tastes like a turd, mate. That's
it depends if they like Marillion, like I do.
Now I like some of those guitar tones.
Marillion flavor cake.
Huh?
Marillion flavor cake.
Marillion flavor cake.
I was listening to the Gospel According to Luke again today.
Yeah.
Over the weekend, driving backwards and forwards to Sheffield, and there's a great bit anywhere he talks about the guitar sound in "Girl Is Mine."
Oh yeah.
And he said it was basically the guitar plugged into the desk.
Yeah.
I was like, I love that idea. Excuse me.
Well, loads of albums were done with guitar straight into the desk. All the chic stuff.
Yeah, it's amazing tones.
Yeah. No, it's great. It's great if you want that. If you want that ultra, that real 80s thing to do.
Well, actually, the solo from Another Brick in the Wall was plugged straight into the desk.
Yeah. I think that was using the Neve as like a fuzz.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah. Chemical P, this is Mike's mother. I can send you a copy of the bill if you will please excuse him. Cheers.
Oh, how scary is that? Getting a bill from the doctor.
Yeah, see, that's why I love England.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Yeah, let's not get into that because I know some Americans don't even. You've been told lies by Trump about our National Health Service.
And it's not for sale.
No, it's not. Where it is, it's brilliant. Sorry, Lefty Mike says my Les Paul Jr. has right-handed pots. Can't stand it. My Epiphone Sheraton has left-handed. Interesting. Why can't Gibson's? Oh, okay, that came from the factory.
Yeah.
Oh, Gibbo.
Amazing. That is. So I was watching another one of our what's the word? A video from one of our contemporaries today.
Yeah.
While I was cooking dinner, I needed some shouty man in my life.
Right. Oh yeah, yeah.
And he was talking about the new Dave Mustaine Flying V.
Right.
And he said the fact that I got it out of the box and it needed to be set up because I could drive a bus under the strings, I find utterly shocking on an $1,800 guitar.
That is terrible, isn't it?
That's very, very terrible.
Wow.
Come on, Gibson, sort it out. You want us to play authentic, and then you give us some rubbish to play on.
Yeah. Right. Sorry. Hold on.
Paul doodling. He's miles away.
I was just looking something up. What are the pickups in? This is what I was looking up. What are the pickups in your register? Nick Middle are amazing. There, Josefina Campos, Fat 50s.
Wow.
Hand wired thing. So Josefina Campos. If you know, oh god, I used to have a set of pickups from the other one from her. What the famous Abigail Ybarra pickups. I used to have a strap with some Abbeys in it.
Right.
And Abigail Ybarra trained Josefina Campos. So now Josefina Campos only does master built pickups.
Right. Nice.
Really rare. So that's the whole thing. Like I would never take the pickups. Even if they sounded crap, I would take them out. But they're the best Strat sounding pickups that I've heard.
Amazing. Cool. Oh, let's stop ticking.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, if there's a random ticking in the studio, it's normally one of the Dante boxes going, "Oh, can't find the network."
Okay.
And it just went flashy, flashy, flashy. They went, "Hello, I found it."
Good. That's good. Jeff Rock said the Thornback is a great ball. I had them in the Les Paul Classic. I went for a Thornbacker Plus in the bridge. Oh, nice one. Yeah, I can't remember what I had a Sir Alt T that had the Thornbackers, and that sounded great, that guitar. Oh, the stupid things I sell. In the immortal words of Thin Lizzy, the boys are back in town. Says Jason. Yeah, this is why I like the Thornbackers. So Raymond says Thornbacker sounds almost like a single coil, pretty low powered because they're bright. They're really bright. You get that bright snap that you get off a single coil, which I really like.
They're not trying to plug the front end of the amp into next week.
Yeah, and that's what the Seymour Duncan JB is doing. It's just too much. It's too high powered.
Yeah.
Pet says I'm using my twin duo with channel 1 high Z acoustic and channel 2 Vox. I prefer the live in the room sound with the monitors rather than headphones for jamming an idea. Feel free to tell me off. Hold on, let me get this right. So I'm using my twin duo with channel 1 high Z acoustic and channel 2 Vox. I prefer the live in the room sound with the monitors rather. No, it's great, mate.
It ain't broke.
No, absolutely.
You're gonna get a certain amount of feedback. It won't be feedback as in necessarily full on howl round, as in, but you'll get a certain amount of bleed. But if you can live with it, fine.
I would say, Pet, I would really start to move away from piezo pickup. If you want to record guitar and vocals, and I know we said we were going to look at that Woodworks plugin. I'll do that actually. I'll see if I can do a review of it. I need to think of some things to do some reviews of. Let me just write that down.
It works really well for me.
Does it? Okay. Yeah, but Pet, I'd really, I think you'll notice a massive difference if you mic up your nice acoustic.
Oh God, yes, in a gazillion percent.
Yeah.
But you can't always do that in a room.
No.
Certainly, the place where most acoustic piezo stroke plugged in acoustic sounds go onto records is in worship albums.
Yeah. But you can, there's no. If Pet's recording at home with an acoustic and a microphone, there's plenty of mic techniques you can reduce the mic.
Two mics are pointing opposite directions, but still the right thing. Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Raymond Donaldson, but lovely. He's talking about the Thornbuckers.
Yes, of course. Yes.
I think I'm going to get some Thornbuckers. Patura Janicki says, "Evening, folks. I'm late to tune in. I hope all is well. I know I know it's not quite your vibe and genre, but you know the gear. Any experience, thoughts about solo guitars?
Other than apparently there were issues early doors, and now those issues have gone away, and those guitars are great. That's all I've heard.
I picked up. I haven't tried one. I haven't plugged one in. I mean, they're a bit too metal for me.
A bit lowbrow for you as well.
Well, I quite like the ones he did some recently, and they were neon orange and neon pink, and they look really cool actually. They did. I mean, I wouldn't buy one, but they were in guitar hanging up, and I picked one up, and one had like really bad action, and one had really good action. So I think there's probably still that. Everything's fixable.
Yeah,
but just I would probably try one out. I'll try a few out before you find the one that you want.
And make sure it's not one of the early ones because there were issues.
Jason Way said Paul actually had and did a review of the Pete Thorne Signature Sir. He thought it was quite sterile. Yes, the guitar was sterile. But my Sir Alt T, which had the same pickups,
was lovely.
So much, but the guitar. The thing I didn't like about the Pete Thorne
was the varnish neck. Was the varnish neck?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't have varnish neck.
Painted lacquered neck.
No,
it was black all the way through.
No, it was a red neck. It was like
painted. It wasn't bare timber.
Sure, it was.
It wasn't. It was painted all the way through. It was like a Les Paul.
Oh my God! Have I just forgot? No, it's not.
It wasn't. It was not. It was painted all the way through.
Hold on.
Put money on it.
How much? How much you want to put on it? I'm looking up now. I'm trying to find one.
Definitely was.
I'm afraid, James, you're wrong. Go on. You can share my screen.
Go on in. That's painted all the way through.
That's not painted. That's wood. Look at it. It's got wood grain.
Sure.
Honestly, mate. No, it was not. I love it. It was wood grain. It's like that.
Okay, I thought you.
It was like an oiled neck. It wasn't gloss.
Oh, on it. I thought it was a through neck.
No.
I think who knows? Oh well. Oh well. Glad the money where my mouth was then.
I don't know.
Anyway,
Pet says only problem with the monitor route for this is the feedback issues with the signals and the plugins being stacked and affecting the overall gain.
Yeah, that's gonna be an issue. Have you tried in-ear monitors, Pet, rather than
good idea?
Actually, headphones. Try in-ear monitors.
That's a really good idea
because it's different. It is different.
Yeah,
it's like you don't get the restrictions. I don't think. So maybe try and get yourself some in-ear monitors. I know it's not exactly a cheap thing to experiment with, but try it. Sure, do some for about under £100. Might be well worthwhile.
Lefty Mike says amp tweaker pedals have effects loops in them. They're made by James Brown. Get down with your bad self, who designed the 50. Okay. James Brown is a busy man, isn't he?
He is. He was getting on up, then he was getting down. Then he was
Getting up and down, making
getting off on that thing.
and then making amps for Eddie.
Yeah.
And now making pedals.
Yeah.
Just non-stop.
Yeah.
I've
always laughed at Ronald McDonald.
Huh?
You know, Ronald McDonald's done really well, hasn't he? Started off with a farm with a cow and as in.
McDonald had a farm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's done rather well with his line of fast food restaurants.
Ronald McDonald's a clown.
But McDonald. Old McDonald.
Oh, I see.
It's a joke, Paul.
Shocking. Your dad jokes are getting worse.
It's a joke, Paul. I appreciate that you don't find them funny, but it's still a joke.
No, look, you want to make me laugh. It's got to be rude.
Filthy. Yes, normally.
It's got to be absolute filth. John Wallace says, slight correction, James. Our favourite shooting Canadian.
Should be shouting.
Oh, shouting.
Yes.
Canadian Gibson guitar he reviewed was only a mere $2,800.
Yeah, but basically what I was pitching under because I was thinking pounds, but actually dollars. $2,800 for the Dave Mustaine that you could drive a bus under the street.
Really, that's terrible. And also one that goes. Did he get it in for review?
Yeah.
You think that?
I think he bought it.
Oh, he bought it. Okay.
It wasn't. It was. He calls it his fearless review. So basically, he shouts more and swears more. But I need some of that in my life occasionally.
Do you?
Not really, no.
João Pinheiro says, Lefty Mike, I think I know why Gibson doesn't get the lefty guitar right. They have their machinery and hardware made for right-handed guitars and don't want to spend the money to retool. That's shocking.
Yeah, it is, but probably true.
David says, as a lefty, I'm old enough that they didn't make more than her.
Yeah. No, I got nothing.
Jeff Rock, annoying Lefty Mike, isn't it? Some use righty pots wide backwards. Use this taper. Gibson's righty pots wide as right-handed. Incorrect rotation. Some use reverse taper.
I'm nodding and agreeing because it's all above my pay grade.
Yeah. Talking of acoustics, says Gal, you were going to do some acoustic patches for the Katana. Any chance, please? By the way, congrats on the Studiothon. I think you are the only YouTube channel to do it. Oh, nice.
Oh, I like the sound of that. I like being the first.
Hold on. The Katana.
Acoustic
The thing is, it's not designed. I mean, it is designed to do that. The acoustic channel in the Katana.
It's a bit poor.
Yeah, I'd never be happy with it. And one of the reasons is that, like, if I plug my guitar that's got a piezo pickup in it and someone plugs their guitar that's got a piezo pickups are so wildly different.
Yes.
That some patches would work and some patches wouldn't. It's really not worth getting
and
into.
Also, as soon as you put it through a PA, any engineer is going to wind everything other than the top end out of it anyway. It's all going to sound thin and nasty and like, yeah. Sorry.
It's a shame, isn't it?
It is. Why do they do that?
Shep says, would be interested in the woodwork myself. Tried recording acoustic with mics, but dog, teenager, tractors get in the way.
Woodworks is great. I really like it.
David Bro says, I switched to right-handed guitars due to the selection of lefty guitars in the 80s. Yeah, I think that was... Yeah, you don't get... I mean, I used to work in a music shop, and I remember one of the salesmen said, look, you don't get a left-handed piano, do you?
I'm left-handed. When all's said and done, I play right-handed guitar, I play right-handed drums. It has actually helped me on drums as well. I know Ringo's a lefty as well, and he says it hindered him to start with, and it probably did me as well. But I learned to lead right-handed and can also lead left-handed naturally, so it's quite handy.
But the thing about guitars is that when you pick up a guitar, it doesn't matter if you're right-handed or left-handed. You pick up a right-handed guitar and you're right-handed.
Yeah,
it's incredibly awkward. It feels incredibly awkward. So you might as well get. I mean, this is for people that are just starting. I would always recommend go right-handed.
Learn right-handed. I remember picking up. I think the first time I ever picked up an acoustic, I picked it up left-handed way.
Right.
The first thing my dad said was, "No, son, it's that way," and that was it.
Yeah. Mind you, you got people like Eric Gales who played. What does he play? He plays the right-handed guitar upside down.
Yes.
And the strings upside down.
Yes.
Unbelievable. Sounds amazing.
Bizarre.
So good. Pet says, I did mic up my nylon and it sounded glorious, to be fair. I know it sounds silly, but live in the room feels more natural for coming up with vocal melodies. Great, mate. If that's what works. That's what works.
What was it? What's the Al Schmidt comment? Nobody ever bought a record because of the sound of the snare drum. If your song is amazing and you're delivering it with conviction and passion, no one's going to say, "Oh, shame about the acoustic sound."
Did you hear that? It was a few years ago now. It was shocking. It was Paul McCartney, Rihanna, and Kanye. Did you hear that song?
I'm already scared. No, I'm quite.
It was horrible. It was horrible, and it was basically, I think Paul McCartney gave them a demo, gave them like a little roughly recorded demo of like it sounded like a piezo, and it was horrid. And they released it like that. It was horrid, mate. Anyway,
do you want to know what I think is the worst sounding single? Not of all time, but it's certainly top 5.
What's that?
Free as a Bird.
Free as a Bird. That one.
Free as a Bird. The one where they pulled John Lennon's voice back from the dead. And, it was awful.
Oh, was it?
It was awful.
Was it? I can't remember.
Sorry, Beatles fans, and I am one. It was not good.
Oh no,
really not. Anyway,
Rafa says, "Hey guys, hey Rafa." Aristotle's James Brown was the hardest working man, so it should not be surprised that he did other things too than singing and dancing with his funk band. A couple of amp designs, gigs were nothing to James B. I forgot to ask, how was the head next morning, Paul? I seem to remember James having a chuckle or making a comment. Not that I would ever cause a rift between you two. No, I was all right, actually. I think I needed a couple. I think the day was so long.
I certainly, I got home, went straight to bed. You know, that was what I did. Right. But no, I don't think we were in any way, shape or form. It wasn't like, and there'll be another one of those in a few weeks. The legendary Bournemouth the Bournemouth.
Oh yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that, shall we? Yeah,
that was hilarious. That was actually hilarious.
Jeff Rock says, Paul, I've got an Alt T. Just check the spec sheet. Bridge is a Thornbucker with raw nickel cover. Also has a treble bleed circuit on the volume pot. Nice. What time? How are we doing for time? Great. Joe's in the house. Either of you buy a guitar that you were gung ho for, only to find out you hated it? Yes. The Pete Thorne. The Sir Pete Thorne.
Yeah, do you know what? I'm still the jury's out for me on that Swamp Ash.
Is it, mate? Get rid of it. Get rid of it. You've been saying this for a few weeks.
Yeah.
You've been saying this for a few weeks. I don't think you're going to convince yourself. Time to go. Time to go. Get rid of that.
You're right.
Get rid of that, and you're not and you're halfway there for a 335.
That's true. Yeah.
Maybe a bit more because they're probably gone up in value.
I'll whack it on for $1,000. I'll whack it on for $1,000. See what I get.
I think it's probably worth a bit more than $1,000.
Yeah, start it at $1,000 though.
Oh, I see. That's how you're starting. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, but I'm not. It's not moving me.
Yeah, that Joe, that Pete Thorne signature guitar, it felt really good. It felt so good, and I just couldn't.
It doesn't give you the fizzle.
Didn't give me the fit. Yeah, I was so like I played it acoustically and just thought, oh, this is great. Really nice neck, really nicely balanced. Everything was perfect. Just didn't. Yeah, for some reason it was a weird one. But Pete Thorne makes it sound pretty good, doesn't he?
Yeah.
God, he does. He's great. Zpep says my Taylor acoustic works great on the Katana, but the ES system is another world from the Piezos. Yes.
Yes.
Gibson used righty pots because CTS don't make long shaft reverse taper pots. Well, there you go.
Oh, well, there we go.
Lefty Mike says I started on the air guitar left-handed, so it's too late for me. Had to stick with it.
Very good.
Cosmic J. It's Cosmic J. And neither hand knows what to do when you're starting in it. I'm a left-hand righty too. Yeah. I completely agree.
Yep.
Shepherd, the guitar is strange. I think most right-handed people do the most technical things with their right hand, not their left. Yeah. Same here. I only started on lefty tennis racket guitar.
I can actually play tennis and cricket both ways quite comfortably.
Nice.
I mean, I'm not brilliant at either, but I can certainly bat left and right-handed.
Pet says, we've talked about flat vocals before, so correct me if I'm way off about this, but Adele's song, Someone Like You, on the word you, it sounds flat as hell. Is she dropping the vowel too hard? Yeah. I mean, there are a couple of... Yes, there probably are. I mean, I'd have to listen to it to say yes exactly at that point.
The worst one for me is Florence Welsh.
Yes.
She is so flat.
She is flat a lot of the times, but I really like her vocal performance.
I like the attitude and the power.
Yeah.
But she's quite flat. But no one's ever said, "Oh, Florence, you're a bit flat there, lass," because she's got that.
She's a bit of an anomaly, isn't she?
Yes, I mean, and likewise, I'm not sure I could turn around to Adele or Paul Epworth or anyone who's been a producer and say, "Oh, I'm not sure you hit the mark there," when she sells a gazillion copies of the record.
Yeah.
At that point, I go, "What do I know?"
Yeah. Lefty Mike, lol. Braffa says, getting a Fender Telecaster playing Butterscotch and a Yamaha nylon silent guitar. I used to have a Yamaha silent. SLG 200N delivered tomorrow. All well under £1,000 used. Nice. The red PJD left the building though. Didn't bond with it. Oh, interesting.
The interesting thing is, and you'll correct me if I'm wrong on this, talking about mixes and monitoring and stuff and flat and sharp. I think it is if you are personally too loud in your mix against the track, you tend to go sharp, and if you're too quiet, you tend to go flat. Now that could be the wrong way around.
Wrong way around.
If you're too loud, you go flat. If you're too quiet, you're sharp.
That's because you push it harder. If you can't hear yourself,
yeah, you push harder, and hence you tend to
go sharp.
Yeah, it's really important to get the level in your head right, even more so with in-ear monitors.
Yes.
So.
Yes, I agree. Completely agree. Pet says stylistic though in it with her. Yes. In it. Jeff says it's linked to the picking action, very similar to writing with a pen. Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
What's the most boutiquey amp you've ever played through?
He also then goes on to say, apart from the red plate.
The red plate was a funny one because I really loved the way it sounded. Mm-hmm. Don't you think that the whole pedal thing was a little bit makeshift?
It was a bit weird, but I mean it's quite boutiquey and homemadey, isn't it? The best amps I've played through has got to be are Matchless Boutiquey.
Yeah, Matchless well boutique.
Or Matchless. That sounds amazing.
Yeah, I think the
every time I play through that thing, I play better. Annoyingly,
I think the Matchless or the Two Rock. I did the Two Rock thing.
The Two Rock. I really didn't.
You didn't like that, no.
No, the Matchless has got a thing. It's got a tone to it, whereas the Two was a bit dependent on what you put in front of it.
Yeah, I did like the Two Rock.
I also don't like the Two Rock styling, whereas I really like the Matchless styling.
Yeah, I really like the Matchless. Yeah, those. Yeah, we didn't like the Fuchs.
Didn't float my. It was too complicated. It was a classic case of way too much to tweak and go wrong.
Yes, there was a lot to go. There was a lot on that, wasn't there? Although people really like the Fuchs. I'm trying to think if there's any more Boutiquey amps you've ever played through. Someone said, hold on. Didn't you? Yes. So Joe said, didn't you originally play a Dumble recently? Hard to get more boutique than that. Not a real Dumble. I've never played a real Dumble. I'd love to. I'd really like to have a go on a real Dumble. Although I think it's one of those things. I think you'd end up.
I think the on a Dumble the legend is more. Do you know what I mean?
Without a doubt.
I think you'd play through it and you'd be upset because it didn't meet your expectations.
Yes. I think
Because you said for a £10,000, £20,000 amp, your expectations be
and the rest, mate, and the rest.
So how have people like Rhett Scholl got one then?
No, that's a clone.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's a clone. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Dumble's 100k plus.
I mean, I've heard Bonamassa play through a Dumble and gone, wow.
Yeah, but Joe Bonamassa could play through
anything in either of our studios and sound amazing.
Oh, but he could play through one of those little pocket Fender amps and still sound amazing.
Yes, there is that. I wasn't doing us down for a minute, but
yeah. Matches for the win, says Joe.
Yeah, I think so.
Probably. You're selling the PRS patch for £1,000. You have Venmo?
I think that's an American money transfer thing.
Oh, is it? Okay.
No, I don't, because I'm in England. I would happily pass the Swamp Ash on for what I paid for it, which was, I would have to check, but I think I got it for about 1,095 is what I got it for. So if anyone's interested, ping me through the Rats channel.
I think it's there, but
I'd let it. I'm not bothered about making money on it. I just don't want to lose money on it.
Yeah.
And if I get it to give it, if one of the brethren, the Rat Pack, wanted it and were interested in it, I'd let it go for the money I spent on it.
Nice. It's a nice guitar.
It's a lovely guitar. It plays really well. I just, if you said it, it doesn't give me the fizzle.
Yeah.
It doesn't give me the fizzle. There we go.
And the thing is, if the fizzle was the pickups, I'm not saying the pickups are bad because they're not. But if the pickups was bad, you can't really change those pickups.
No, you can't. You're bought into that particular thing.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, rewired, I guess. But anyway, Pet says what James just said about pushing harder for going sharp is spot on. Always happens to me, and then I'm wondering why it sounds so much harder. It's only ever a semitone up though. This DIY lark.
The truth of the matter is, if your tone is good, you can correct pitch. If your tone and your diction and your enunciation is bad, that's far more hard to fix.
Yeah, without doubt.
I was again listening to a load of Toto stuff with Bobby Kimball, and Bobby Kimball really struggled in the studio apparently.
Yeah, I've heard this so many times, but I think the guys gave him quite a hard time. I think his nerves were shot.
But what's really funny is someone's done a video on YouTube comparing Joseph Williams and Bobby Kimball live, and and the scary thing is Bobby Kimball's voice is so covered in auto-tune, and Joseph Williams has also got a fair few tweaks on it, and nobody mentions it. I mean, it's so audible.
Is it?
So audible.
Oh, interesting.
But anyway, yeah.
Papa Janicki says, with regards to Katana's acoustic channel, I found it sounds really well with my Headrush MX5. Probably better than when using the power amp in. Maybe it was a fluke, but that's my impression anyway. Nice one.
Hey, if you find a reason for a thing that works, keep it, go with it.
Yeah. Rafa says it's a Wonderland that Rhett had. It's a Wonderland,
very pretty.
I really like one. A guy called Martin that bought my Two Rock.
Right.
He had a Amplified Nation Dumble clone. Really nice. Like red suede it was. Really nice.
Nice.
Fancy one of them, yeah. Wasn't each Dumble designed around the individual player? Yes.
Amazing.
Either appreciate active pickups. Yes, I love EMGs.
I'd love to get there was I saw it a few times. I think I saw it about 3 years running, and I should have bought it. There was a Strat pick guard with the pre-wired Dave Gilmour EMG set, and I so should have bought it. And the next year when I had some money, I went back to buy it and it'd gone. Of course, it'd been there for like 4 years.
Yeah. Kenneth Nielsen says, I love the picture. At Jeff Rock, yes, they were. Buyers had to play with Alexander or submit tapes to him or to tailor the amp to their sound, which is why no two Dumble sound like.
Interesting.
Which PRS Swampash is it? I think they had a few different variations of it. It's a Swampash Special, isn't it?
Hold. It is a rather beautiful Swamp Ash Special. And it's a fabulous guitar. I mean, it's beautiful.
It plays really, really well.
It plays beautifully. It's got one tiny ding there. Oh. And it's not even a proper thing. It's like where the varnish has been sort of depressed slightly. It's beautiful. It's mint. I just don't get excited when I play it.
Okay, but that's it. I think that's it. That's it for you then. And someone will play that and love it.
Yeah. So
yeah, it's personal preference, isn't it?
Pardon? Yeah, it is totally. And I've played loads of your PRSs and gone, I love them. And the neck's brilliant. It's lovely. I just don't get. I'm not emotionally moved.
Yeah. I hear you.
Right, I'll put this back.
Flashback 01. So did auto-tune exist when Toto recorded Africa? No, definitely not. How was Africa, James?
70.
What? It's not 70. It's 80.
Toto 4 is 82.
No, absolutely not. Auto-tune did not exist.
Toto's been around since 77. Toto 4, I think, is 82, 83-ish.
What used to happen with tuning vocals? Well, there were a couple of different ways that the people did it.
Live. So the two comparisons were live, and they were within the last 10 years.
Okay.
So they sound modern, but you can hear there's auto tune all over it.
Right. But okay. So the way that the people used to tune vocals were used to max out an Akai S1000, max it out with RAM, so you get the most out of it. Load the vocal into that, and then you could tune up. You could then sync it to MIDI.
Yeah.
Oh God, I remember doing all this sort of stuff.
We had an S101 at college.
Yeah.
And I had to pitch some vocals, and we didn't have a MIDI keyboard at the time. All I could do was hit the sample to the play button on the sampler and drop it in time to the 4-track cassette we were using.
Wow.
So we'd record it in and we'd pitch it, get it right, and then I'd drop it in one line at a time. And oh my, it's only when you start doing things like that and you go, oh my God, we've come a long way.
Yeah. Hey, should we do? Should we hold it there for a bit, or should we do the next one? Should we do pets first? Because pets,
yeah,
Pet is always he always does the super chats. Pet says favorite guitar solo that isn't technically Flash or what we think of as a solo. I'm going with Coffee and TV and In Bloom. Interesting. In Bloom, yeah.
I love. Who was Bowie's guitarist in the Ziggy era? That was
someone will tell us in a minute.
Yeah, they were.
Some guy.
Yes. The solo in Space Oddity. And I know it is a solo, but there's two of them and they're practically the same. And they are it's so beautifully put together.
Yeah, nice.
It's such a beautiful line, nicely played. Oh, it's awesome. Mick Ronson, thank you, Pat.
Thank you.
Yes, just a beautiful solo. I know it's not a proper solo, but it is. It's beautiful.
Yeah, nice. Funny enough, I did a video today that I'm going to be releasing next few days or maybe early next week about solos and just how. So basically, what I was trying to limit myself with was to do a solo just using 5 notes.
Every one of my solos.
Yes. So I mean, I didn't quite manage the 5 notes. I wanted to go other places, but I've done that in a really simple sort of way. So that video will be coming out fairly soon. But yeah, just like talking about like virtuistic solos and stuff.
To be honest, any David Gilmour solo.
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
Dave Gilmour or Mark Knopfler. Fantastic.
Mark Knopfler's got the fingers though to go with it.
Does sound great.
Switch him on when he needs to. Whereas Dave Gilmour, it's just beautiful. It's just beautiful melodies. It's not solos, it's melodies.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's it. I think, and as you get older, I think you appreciate more of that.
I can listen to Steve Vai, Satriani for about 10 minutes now. I used to be able to listen to whole albums.
Yeah. Without doubt. I mean, that's it. I mean, I've been listening to more and more of John Mayer, and it just does the right notes. It's just like there's nothing. I mean, he's brilliant. Don't get me wrong. He's got great tone, great feel, great note choice.
We're going to have to be careful at NAMM just because you bump into him and you're going to be like under his belt, should we say?
I don't think you can get near John Mayer at NAMM. Right. So yeah, should we do? Actually, can we just talk about a couple of things?
Yes, please do.
I've been sent a couple of things.
Right.
I can't talk about one of them.
Is the dog eating them?
Yeah, the dog. Yeah. So the thing I can't talk about.
We can use because the dog ate the power supply.
The dog's eating the power supply. It's all fine. It's all fine because I've got spare power supplies, but the dog's it. Yeah. Anyway, but what I did get, I got sent this through.
Ooh.
Which is TC Electronics' new pedal format. Have you seen this? So it's I'll show you. Let me get the old mini pedal.
Yeah. Oh, so it's a mini sized.
Well, it's not. It's
halfway.
It's like 1.5 minis.
Right. So what they've done is they've taken that lovely milled or die cast shape. They've gone, we can make this for peanuts if we take a piece of metal and bend it.
Maybe, but look, you can see, that compared to against.
Wow, yeah, that's quite a different.
It's quite a difference, isn't it? And this is. Let me put this back. Oh man, I need to sort out my pedal collection. This is TC's Klon.
Ooh,
which is quite interesting. It's called the Zeus Drive, and apparently I haven't looked them up, but I saw someone mention. Let me just have a quick look. These are $59.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Here we go.
That's fine. $59. Wow.
59. Yeah, buckaroonies.
Awesome.
Considering a Klon. I mean,
could be silly money.
Yeah, you can't compare it, but like a decent Klon pedal, something like the Ryra one that I've got, they're over 200 quid. It's at 250. That's great, isn't it? So,
cool. Yeah.
Coming off. Actually, should we just keep it on the? Yeah,
let's go for the news or for the gear updates.
Okay. What's this? This is Seymour Duncan launches. See, I was quite interested in this. Seymour Duncan launches Eddie Van Halen, Peter Green, and Angus Young inspired humbuckers.
Ooh, I can see why you'd be.
Yeah. See, I had an EVH.
Dream?
Huh?
I had a dream.
I had an EVH guitar for a while with the Floyd Rose on it, just for a bit of a laugh. And it had the EVH humbucker in the bridge, and it sounded amazing.
Yeah,
like really sort of articulate. You know that Eddie Van Halen sound.
Yeah, it's beautifully notated distortion, isn't it? Beautifully.
Brilliant. Yeah, really well. That's what I want on that guitar.
Yeah.
But yeah, and they've got a Peter Green one,
Nice.
and they've got an Angus Young one as well.
Nice.
Yeah. So all good.
I like the idea.
Okay, Fender and Chicago Music Exchange. I don't know what you think of these.
Is that anything like Ray's Music Exchange?
Ray's Music Exchange? Who's Ray's
From the
Music?
Blues Brothers.
Who what?
From the Blues Brothers.
Oh, very good. No, it's not. No. So they brought out these peachy things.
I'm sure they're lovely. They'll play well, I'm sure.
Yeah, they're all right, aren't they? What's this? Oh, right. So, are you into Polyphia? It'll be the sort of rubbish that rubbish. That's wrong. That'd be the sort of thing that you'd be into, James.
I am not aware of them. They have not passed my wheelhouse.
So, Tim Henson is one of the guitarists from Polyphia.
So he's given up playing tennis and he's cracked on with guitar. He's given up playing tennis and he's cracking on with guitar now.
Yeah, or making Muppets.
Yes.
That's Tim Henson. Who was that?
That's Jim Henson, but
that's it. Anyway,
for anyone who didn't get it, mine was Tim Henman, but
yeah, very good. So really great, interesting guitar player. So he's really got his own thing.
Right.
People are going nuts over this song. I've really struggled listening to it, to be honest.
Is it heavy going?
It's too much. It's too much for me. It's too much. I mean, I appreciate that there are people out there that want to listen to instrumental virtuoso style music, and it's definitely got a place.
But it ain't on your stereo.
It's not on my stereo. I mean, I appreciate how great what great musicians they are and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, I mean, the whole internet's going nuts.
It leaves me cold very quickly these days.
Yeah, it's just a bit too much for me. Although and I know that everyone's got their own opinion, and it's just me, but I really struggle with it. But very good musicianship anyway. Yeah, James, can you give us a song?
It's time for another Harley Benton moment of the week.
There we go. So EMG loaded Harley Bentons
for about a tenner.
Well, yeah, they're EMG HT, and I don't know if that's
high tension. I
don't know, but anyway, they look cool, don't they?
What are they about?
450 euros.
450 euros. That's a high end Harley Benton.
It is actually, isn't it? It probably is.
And most of that is probably the pickups.
Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah. Yeah, cool.
I like that. I like that black with the neck. So it looks great.
The what? Sorry, the black.
The black with the neck looks great. My first bass that I've ever built, which was a P bass copy.
Yeah.
I had a white body with a black neck because that's what Duff McKagan was playing at the time.
Yeah, he had one of those sort of Fender. What was it?
It was a jazz configuration on a P bass body.
Yeah, I had a friend that had one.
But I properly. I mean, it was only polyurethane rather than anything seriously proper.
Yeah.
I did it with a white body with black neck. I love that bass.
Nice. So are UA FX pedals coming from? Are there new UA FX pedals coming from Universal Audio?
Well, you'd hope so.
It's quite exciting. So it all started with several short stories on Instagram from Universal Audio. They shared a few short videos in which you could see guitarist Ariel Posen during the video shoot. The scene was titled UAFX Pedal Session.
They can't just bring out 3. They've got to bring out more than 3.
Yeah, it'd be exciting though.
Yeah, if you are going to be taken seriously in the guitar pedal market, they've got to do some distortion-y, drivey type stuff as well.
Yeah, maybe they'll do that. It's really exciting, I think. Yeah, because the UA pedals are really good.
Yeah.
Look forward to
cheap.
it.
But they are good.
Nope, they're very good. Yeah, very good. I don't know what to make of this. So Gibson Dave Mustaine's songwriter release with signed and unsigned variants. Now, excuse my sort of lack of knowledge on Megadeth, but I don't know many Megadeth songs that use acoustic guitars.
No, I think this is the songwriter bit that's coming in.
Well, hold on a second. How much chug chug
Can you do on?
Well, how much chug chug writing are you going to do with an acoustic?
Yes,
It just seems to me like it's a little bit like, you know, he's an endorsed artist, and they're trying to make
something else out. Yeah,
but I mean, I don't.
and it's not cheap either.
Is it not? Oh, it's $5,000 each.
Yes,
Man,
that's the signed one, and the unsigned one is not much. Basically, it's $100 for his signature.
is that all it is?
Yeah.
Wow. It's a funny looking thing, isn't it? I really don't like them.
I don't like the cutaway. That's really weird. The cutaway looks odd.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that at all. Anyway, let's try and find something to be positive about. This I thought was quite cool.
Yeah.
Bogren digital amp knob Rev C offers one knob to rule them all. It's basically a one knob dual rectifier plugin.
Nice.
Yeah. And I don't know how much it is. Let's have a quick look.
Giving it away. Free.
I might do a review of this. €50.
That's not too bad.
10-day free trial.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I might have a look at that tomorrow.
Cool. Yeah, I like that. I like plugins like that. You know, one knob, job done.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
As long as it sounds good, as long as the one knob sounds good, that's great.
Yeah. As long as when you turn up the gain, the more you turn it up, the more it sounds like you've got a tube screamer in front of it.
Yeah.
Just to tame some of those boomy lows.
Oh, man. Yeah.
I love this.
I love that. I like that a lot.
This is there's been a few sort of a few of these, but
there was the ramen noodle one, wasn't there, as well?
Yeah, you saw that one. Yeah. So yeah, but how great does that look? It's cool, isn't it?
I saw one made of cardboard as well. They've done it in.
Really?
Yeah, it looked really cool.
Oh,
no, I like that. That looks very, very cool.
It does look cool, doesn't it? And also, Fender have released this Final Fantasy.
That's beautiful.
Have you seen? Yeah, but look at the horn.
I know it's got the horn.
It's got like it's got like a crystallized.
That's beautiful.
I'm guessing it's acrylic.
Probably, yeah. That is beautiful.
It's cool, isn't it? I quite like that. I wouldn't buy one, but I like the.
I like the idea, the aesthetic.
Yeah. I don't know how much. 3,200 for that.
Of course it is.
Also, a burst 1960 burst has turned up in someone's cupboard. Apparently, though, it's a dog.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think I saw. I don't know if I read it on this one, but it's a bit of a dog, but still worth a fortune.
JB could bring that back from the dead, though.
Well, I've got a feeling someone's interested in buying it. I think it's one of the big guys. It's bought for £50.
Wow.
Man.
You can't get a setup for 50 quid these days on that guitar.
No, mate. No. Interesting though.
So they do exist. You know, these finds do exist.
She had it. She had it valued, and was worried that she didn't want to keep it in the house because she thought it was worth £5,000.
I would buy it from her for £5,000.
So would I.
If it's a dog, probably not. It's not worth the hassle.
Oh no! I mean, that's just a great thing to have. I mean, it's still going to be worth. It's still going to be worth 100, isn't it? Good 100.
Yeah, easy.
150, 150, if not more. So the iPod
has been
discontinued.
The iPod is no more.
Yeah, end of an era. Thought that was quite interesting.
I've still got one in the car.
Have you?
Yeah, but it stays plugged into the car.
Oh, nice. So Super Booth is going on at the moment, and someone's invented these MIDI gloves.
I think they've been out for that sort of idea has been around for quite a long time.
It has been around for a while, isn't it?
Because Imogen Heap is a big exponent of that sort of stuff.
Well, even before that, Marillion were doing.
Yeah.
Steve, what his name is?
Steve Rothery.
No,
the other one. The thing with Super Booth is obviously now Music Messe has gone in Frankfurt.
Yeah.
Officially, it is no more. Super Booth was always being primed to take over from Messe.
Right.
But it's always been a bit synthy, nerdy, synthy, geeky, bit of a synth show, and that's not really my world. But a lot more of the pro audio guys are going out there now because it's the replacement for Messe. So maybe next year. I'd like to see if that show in Cologne comes back that I did, because that was a really good. The pro audio show Cologne was amazing.
Right.
If that comes back, I'll definitely go out again, because that was a great few days.
Yeah, nice. I think that's me done.
That's it. Wow.
Yeah. Oh, here we go.
Should we get back into the questiones?
Yeah, let's get back into it.
Yeah, some interesting stuff there. I mean, the Dave Mustaine stuff, I'm like, but
yeah, I'll just try. I try and find stuff that's going on.
I know, it's good.
Apollo Creed, what would be the nice tone that works on lead and rhythm? On what? On
an amp or
it's very genre based. I mean,
yes.
it's like what sort of lead, what sort of rhythm,
JCM 800 will work on everything, in my opinion.
On the wine tonight, lads, so excuse me for bumping my gums. Anytime, mate. Joe Storp says, James, I did the same with a Corona PRS with a killer top. Got rid of it pretty fast. MXR had a pitch correct effect in the late 70s.
Yes, but it was rubbish.
It was a pitch. It was more like a Eventide harmonizer.
Yes.
Effect, not really an auto-tune pitching effect. New album. I think that might be talking about Polyphony.
Yes, Polyphony. Yes.
James, do you still have the Dan Electro U2? Do you still use it much?
Yes, and there is one in the auctions pool.
Is there?
Yes.
Is it one like yours with the rosewood?
It's a white one, but it has got the rosewood board. Yeah.
That's it. Oh, I might look at that.
I use it all the time for the surf kind of stuff I'm doing with Rex.
Yeah, nice.
All the time.
Really like that guitar.
For 100 notes, it's amazing.
Brilliant. I told you about the MXR pitch transposer rack mount. That I think was the original auto tune. Yeah, not really auto tune.
Not quite, not in the same way as auto tune and Melodyne are, but
I will check it out there. The MXR pitch transposer. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll have a look. Good evening, gents from Andy Guitar. I'd like to ask James, that drum booth behind you, did you build that yourself? I'd also like to ask you both. It's expensive to get or build one.
No, they are by a company called Tatrix. They're an American company, and you can get basically there's kind of there's modules that are full height then half height, and you can build them up and you then join them together. You can make booths with them, little amp booths, kind of little amp kind of locker type things. Excuse me. Really, really cool. I've got enough to do a vocal booth or block off a drum kit.
They're really good. I really like those. Really good.
And they work really, really well in this room to tame the room down and make it a bit more drum friendly. They also make the acoustic behind me better from mixing from this point of view. They're not overly cheap. And there are plenty of designs out there for gobos and things like that. If you look for if you want to build something on wheels or something movable, if you Google for Abbey Road gobo design, you will find the original designs and plans for the sort of stuff they have at Abbey Road. Nice. If you're not much of a woodworker, but you're quite good with a MIG welder, an arc welder, sorry, MIG welder, not an arc welder, you could probably knock your own thing up fairly easily. But these are great, and they're fairly light and easy to stack and easy to store. So winner, chicken dinner.
Chicken dinner. Nice.
Lots of people saying Mick Ronson, thank you. Yes, I'm an idiot. Thank you.
Marky Effects says, greetings, Mark. Pet Moxie says, I wondered who would nip him first. Not that I was frantically typing.
This is interesting.
Mick Ronson was classically trained, says Gal. Superb arranger. Brilliant, yeah. Wings of Redemptione.
Yes.
Don't know.
That's the new album.
Oh, what's that? The Polyphony?
I don't know. I'm just going to go with yes. The
Give
last thing Jacob said was new album, therefore.
Oh, okay. Give me a beautiful melody any day. Never got into Vi, etc. at all. Appreciate it, but not my bag. Yeah, same for me. It's yeah, definitely. I mean, you know, great musicianship.
I think this is the phrase for me.
Dave Gilmour does more with one note than others do with 1,000, without a doubt. My favourite guitarist at the moment is Mateus Assato, my fellow Portuguese-speaking player from Brazil to the world. Beautiful phrase, absolutely. Amazing guitar player. Really, really good player.
Yeah, lots of love for that.
Chip Shepherd says solo. Steve Hackett on Firth or Fifth. We excuse his perfect vibrato.
Yes. You're not a Genesis fan, though, so you wouldn't know that one.
No, I don't know that one. I've heard of it. I've heard of the song.
Yeah.
Jeff Rock says, with the top mount jacks, it will be small as the Mini on a board. Yes, I guess it would be. That's a good point, actually. Yes, they're talking about the new TC format.
Yes, yeah.
Best regards, gents, from Blessed Heavy Elements. Cheers, and to you, Blessed Heavy Elements. Joaton, EVH Frankenstein and EVH Wolfgang humbuckers are vastly different sounding. Which ones did you use? Oh, that's interesting. Don't know.
I'm not sure either.
I don't know. I might have to have a look at that.
Yeah.
Polyphia is an amazing band. They are an amazing band, without doubt. I think he coined boomer bends. He did. He did coin the word boomer bends. I'm old. I can't hear that fast.
I agree with that.
Palo Alto says, Polyphia, they are professional string manipulators. Super amazing technique, but to me, lacks feel deep emotion. It does seem, I mean, the musicianship is outstanding. There's no doubt about it. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
But yes, that's how I feel Palo Alto is. But then, you know, music moves on, doesn't it? Music moves on.
I mean, I remember listening to Sex and Religion, Steve Vai album, where there's a track in it where he's gone into 16 and 18 note scales.
Oh God.
And I go, okay, I don't understand it, which is why I don't get it. I think if I understood it, we had a guy at college who reprogrammed a DX7 for an 18 note scale. And all I had to say was, but why?
Yeah.
But I mean, this is Captain 80s speaking, so
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, Tim Henson. He's talking about John was talking about the boomer bend thing on a Rick Beato video. New UAD pedals would be exciting and expensive.
It's true.
I'm the same as Paul. I appreciate Polyphia music and others like Periphery, but can't listen to the whole album in one go. Can listen to a couple of songs once. Exactly, yeah. I think that's something I appreciate it.
I can't drive to that stuff.
No.
I drive like a moron if I'm listening to anything too complicated.
Well, please have a listen to that song. Please have a listen to the song because you've got to hear the drum sound on it.
I will. I'll have a listen to it after this.
You will hate it. It's brilliantly produced. But the drum sound is really, in part of the song, it's really. You'll hear it.
Yeah.
Bizarrely, I discovered recently a Cher album, Heart of Stone from the 80s, has Mike Landau all over it. Yeah. Awesome.
There's a guy who can play. I mean, definitely in the Mike Landau, Steve Lukather kind of school of playing.
Yeah. David Brose, why are there many musical items that are Mark II? Did you guys see the Marcus King orange amplifier made in the US? Yeah, we talked about it last week, actually. Actually, did we talk about it in the show? Or
yeah.
Why are there some Why are there so many musical items that are Mark II? How do you mean? Why are there so many musical items? It's just the second version, I guess.
Yeah.
And they feel that it's worthy of an upgrade if they.
And I love the fact that it's Eric Johnson in his picture.
Is that Eric Johnson?
That's Eric Johnson.
It looks like Eric Johnson, doesn't it?
It is Eric Johnson. If it's not, if it's actually David Brose, I'd be very surprised. That looks, and it's the same rig as Eric Johnson would use. But hey,
Hollywood Actress. Some tasty guitar licks and parts by Mark Landau on that Cher album, even though the songs could be seen as classic 80s cheese.
I like me some classic 80s cheese. I need some serious 80s fromage.
Yeah. There's no way that Mustang guitar for that price would hold up against a £1,000 Martin. Shocking use of celebrity status to push something. And I'm speaking as a fan of some of their stuff. Yes, I agree.
I think you're absolutely right. Yeah.
Pit Trap. Good evening, all. Evening, Pit. Oh, look at his doggy. What a cool doggo. I'm looking for a good chair for the studio. What are you using? These Miller Aero. They're Aero, aren't they?
Yep. Arions.
Aero. Yeah, wherever they are. Yeah, James and I both got the same.
Yeah.
Sort of chairs.
Picked up for 350 quid secondhand.
Oh God, I got mine cheaper than that. Way cheaper than that.
I got mine reconditioned with a new hydraulics and new.
Oh right, okay, cool. Yeah, they're really expensive. Don't buy one new because they're priced to sell to banks or the banking market. And get a second-hand one. There's millions of them about. Really comfy. Sitting them all day. Come on, James, wake up. It's on your phone.
I'm just chatting to builders.
Oh, great. Look, I'll move on. I'll move on. There we go. I'll do it. I'll push the button. Pit Trap, don't get one that makes any squeaks. Mine is a nightmare when recording. Maybe a stool for recording.
If you can get a stool, get one of those. I know they're logoed and they're a couple £100, but the ones you get from Guitar Center, which have got a Fender on them or Gibson or whatever on them, are really good. They're really quiet and they're super comfy.
Yeah. Use gear at Know Your Gear, Philip. Yeah, so that's Philip McKnight, isn't it?
McKnight, yes.
I like this. Yeah, he's good.
Yeah.
He does good videos. Seems like a nice guy. Any word on when Luna is finally come to the Windows platform? I do not know.
They've got to sort M1 Max out first.
Are they?
Yeah, everyone has.
Right. John Wallace says the thing I like most about Polyphia is that they mix a lot of hip hop beats with complex guitar playing. Definitely a unique sound. I'm
gonna hate it.
Yeah, you won't like it. Madonna for 80s cheese.
Yeah, definitely.
Jeff Rock says, Pit Trap, I use a GT Amiga gaming chair. You see a lot of those about, actually.
Yeah, very much so. That sort of stuff's very super comfortable.
Yeah. Have you guys tried the blue guitar, and what do you think? Someone must be quite new to the channel.
I think Paul can fairly safely testify and point you in the direction of about 1 million videos from our channel, all to do with the blue guitar amp ones in their very different versions.
Absolutely. Yeah, we've done loads of videos on the blue guitar.
We like them a lot.
Yeah, good stuff. Really
We've had Mr. Blue Guitar on one of our live streams.
Yep.
Which was great fun.
Yes, very knowledgeable.
I learned a lot. Even though people accuse me of looking blankly all the way through, I actually learned a lot and was nodding in a knowing, understanding kind of way, rather than going, I don't know what he's on about.
Yeah.
Yes. Anyway.
Yeah. Joel Pinheiro says, follow-up questions about the studio chairs. Don't the armrests bother you when playing guitar? So my one, I've removed this side, and I still have this side for...
and mine has both, and it doesn't bother me.
Yeah, what you can do with these as well, you can pull them out. That doesn't do anything, does it?
Just for me, it does enough for me.
But you can remove both the arms if you want, and then if you want to play guitar. The only thing I would say about them is because the seats do that a bit. The edge, the edge of a guitar. That may be beyond my abilities at the moment. The bottom of your guitar gets a bit of a kick in.
Ooh.
Can you see that my Les Paul's got like...
I think I probably sit forward when I'm playing, though. I probably sit on the edge rather than sit back.
Yeah.
Or if I'm playing, I stand up.
Do you?
I stand up and play lots. Yeah.
God, I'm scared about doing a gig where I've got to stand up. That's going to be a tough job.
Matt Boudreau's in the house.
Ah, Mr. Boudreau. Gents, it's good to see you. And to you, Matt.
Great to see you, buddy.
Guys, what are your thoughts on the new SSL Bus Plus? James has got, you got one, haven't you, James?
I have, and I'm loving it. It is awesome. It's one of the things I would have liked to have talked about in the live stream a bit more and done some audio examples, but it is absolutely killer. Is it the best sounding SSL bus compressor? No, I still think the Dramatic Audio Obsidian is the greatest sounding bus SSL G style bus compressor going, but it's lots of money. This thing has got so many other whistles and bells and really cool tricks up its electronic sleeves that I think make it a very, very, very usable unit. Pair this with an SSL Fusion and it's super cool.
Hey, Matt can tell us if what the new UAD pedals are going to be, can't he? Not that he will.
I don't think he's contractually allowed to.
No. Okay, next question. A Superjet 113. Sweet. I'll look. Thank you. Love all your Katana stuff. Anytime, mate. Pet says my arms flip up, but it's still a teenager. Just won't shut up.
Very good. Very good.
Bob Cox just got Katana 100. Your YouTube channel, great for setting up. Many thanks from Dublin. Great. Cheers, Bob. Glad you're getting something out of it. Bob Cox, lol. Jow says, that's what I did on mine. I removed the arms since they would always interfere with my elbows or catch a cable. There you go. Nope.
We made it to the end, boys and girls.
And again,
we're through all those questions. I mean, thank you so much for joining us, as always.
Yes.
We don't take it for granted that you're going to show up. We're going to be here, whatever. So the craziness that is. Next week, slightly different. Paul's away midweek, so we're going to go for a Thursday evening. I will be on the tour bus.
Do you want to do, or just keep, or you can keep to Wednesday and see if Grigor Farrar is about.
That's true. Yeah, we'll let you know. We will
work it out.
We'll work it out because I think it's going to be quite difficult for me next week doing it from sunny Glasgow.
Yeah, I think see if Grigor's about.
All right,
I'll give Grigor coming on.
Yes, and Greg and I can chat for many countries, let alone just England.
Yeah.
But say thanks to everyone who joined us through the live stream, the 12-hour live stream last week. Thank you for all the money you donated. It really is going to a great cause. Sick animals. No. So we'll keep you up to speed about what's happening next week. It'll probably be Wednesday or maybe Thursday. We don't know yet. Have a good week, everyone. Take care. Stay safe and all that, and we'll see you very soon. So from myself and Mr. Drew.
Cheers, guys.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.